He's saying that blacks are part of it.
Was made by Margaret Sanger, a known eugenics with the KKK, to control the Jew population. When I say Jew, I mean the 12 lost tribes of Judah, the blood of Christ, who the people known as the race black really are. This is who our people are, the blood of Christ. This, as a Christian, is my belief.
And he makes another interesting claim where he seems to pick up on something that likely Candace Owens told him, which is that there are more black babies aborted in New York City than are born. And if we go back to Margaret Sanger, you see the racism at the heart of Planned Parenthood and the contraception campaign, which was Margaret Sanger is the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was promoting contraception for what it's worth and not abortion, but put that aside. And that there was a racial component to it, a eugenics component to it to get rid of blacks. Now, that actually is true in the sense that Margaret Sanger was sending, love letters to Madison Grant and so on. I mean, she conceived of herself as a eugenicist, as many, many progressives did. Eugenics and immigration reform was a progressive cause. And we haven't had it since the progressives of the 20th century, first half of the 20th century I'm talking about, have left the scene. But anyway, so he's basically imputing racism into progressivism, which does have there's a good reason to do that, in fact. But he also says that Planned Parenthood is thus anti-Semitic, which is odd because Margaret Sanger's Jewish. But Planned Parenthood's anti-Semitic because they are attacking the blood of Christ, which includes blacks. So from what I can take it, he is saying that blacks are a tribe. They're maybe a lost tribe of Israel, but they are a tribe of Israel. They are part of the story. They were there in the Old Testament. And as Christians, they are continuing the story. So I do think it's not that it's kind of smart and it's weird, but I do actually think it's coherent and he is saying something. And in that way, I think he's actually getting at that weird ambivalence where he's not sure if he wants to hate the Jews or be the Jews. And even though he might be, righteously angry at, I don't know, Jewish globalists or Jews on Wall Street or Jews controlling the music industry and not promoting Christian messages and all this kind of stuff, he still sees himself as a part of that story. So it's a profoundly ambivalent outrage. But I think this is actually typical and tells us a lot about Christianity.
Yeah, it's the problem of, with Nietzsche mocks or describes as ridiculous the Jewish, or rather the Christian anti-Semite. It's a kind of incoherent position, right?
Yeah.
But and it's just sort of endless kind of toxic feedback loop, right? Where you're kind of you're fixed to these people, you're fixed to the Jews because your God, your savior, is Jewish.
Yeah.
And so he likely sees himself in the role of Jesus, for example, trying to teach or to show Jews their moral failings or that sort of thing, right?
Right. He's attacking the Pharisees.
Terribly productive activity, but yeah.
He's not attacking Jews. He's attacking the Pharisees. That's what he's doing. There's a long tradition of this.
Sure.